Hadi Choopan is one of the most talked about competitors heading into this year's Mr. Olympia. And for good reason. The Persian Wolf has built his reputation on granite conditioning and relentless intensity. But this year he seems intent on rewriting the narrative around his physique. What he's doing differently right now is focusing not just on the dry, shredded look we've always seen from him, but also on achieving more balance and fullness. Paying particular attention to creating a rounder look in the muscle bellies of his chest, delts, and arms, so that when he hits the big shots on stage, he doesn't just look peeled, he looks complete. Hadi has always been known for coming in ready, but now he's refining those details that can separate a champion from a contender when the margins are razor thin. A key piece of his strategy this year is his continued work with Hany Rambod, the mastermind behind the FST7 training system. Rambod has a reputation for guiding champions, and with Hadi, the partnership has already proven effective, bringing him a Sando in 2022. The two have been dialing in his training, pushing for not only peak conditioning, but also that elusive balance between fullness and dryness. Rambod's experience working with legends like Phil Heath and Jay Cutler gives Hadi an edge, because he's not just training to be his best. He's training to beat specific rivals who all bring their own strengths to the table. The competition this year is absolutely brutal. When you look at the lineup, you've got Samson Dauda, who is the reigning champion and has the kind of mass, shape, and structure that screams Olympia-level dominance. Nick Walker is back and hungrier than ever, bringing freaky muscularity and density that's hard to match. Derek Lunsford continues to evolve with incredible proportions and width, making him one of the most dangerous threats to anyone's title hopes. Add to that the possibility of Brandon Curry and even Big Ramey showing up, and what you have is one of the most stacked Olympias in history. 5 men who have held the Sandow if you count Curry and Ramy in the lineup. That's unheard of and shows just how high the bar has been set this year. So where does Hadi fit into all this? His chances are real, but it's going to come down to execution on the night of the show. If he nails his conditioning as usual, but adds that extra fullness he's chasing, he could disrupt the top 3. But the challenge for Hadi has always been standing next to guys who outsize him structurally. Samson spreads out, when Nick stands front and center, and when Derek hits that front double biceps with his sweeping lats and tiny waist, Hadi has to fight with detail, with sharpness, and with intensity. The good news for him is that he has never lacked intensity. He knows how to pose hard, he knows how to stay locked in, and that can sway judges in close calls. Looking at predictions, it's shaping up to be a nail-biter. If everyone brings their best, my breakdown goes like this. Samson Doda taking the win, Nick Walker pushing hard into second, Derek Lunsford rounding out third, Hadi landing in fourth, and either Brandon Curry or Big Ramey taking that fifth spot, depending on who shows up better. But there's a huge caveat here. This Olympia is so deep that anything can happen. If Derek misses his peak, if Nick's conditioning isn't dialed, if Samson doesn't quite match his 2024 form, suddenly Hadi's strengths put him right back in the mix for a higher placing. On the flip side, if Hadi misses even slightly, he could find himself fighting for a spot in the top 5. That's what makes this year so exciting. The margin for error is almost non-existent. We're talking about an Olympia where 5 former champions could all be on the same stage, each one capable of winning under the right circumstances. For Hadi, the mission is clear. Be sharper, be fuller, and bring the same intensity he always has. If he does that, the Persian Wolf could walk away with a finish that proves once again why he's one of the most feared and respected competitors in the sport today,